Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. Today I wanted to sniff some new fragrances with you all. These are fragrances that I've been a little curious about. So I ordered some samples. So this isn't even like a review. This is more like a first impression of these fragrances. And I just wanted to sniff them, see what I think about them. They are fragrances that I've been curious about. So if you want to sniff some fragrances with me, then please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another video. If you've just stumbled across my channel, over here I make videos on lifestyle, luxury. I do review videos to include fragrance reviews, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of my motherhood journey, my personal life in my monthly vlogs. So if any of those things sound interesting to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join the family, and also don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. Before we get into today's video, I realized that my channel has taken a lot of different turns, and I realized that one of the areas that I absolutely love making content around and that people love as well has been my fragrance journey videos. So I am not a fragrance reviewer. I don't review fragrances for a living. This is more of a hobby and I quite enjoy it. I love talking about fragrances. I feel like fragrances are a universal language. They really bring people together from all different walks of life, and I really love that about fragrance. So that's really what I'm doing on my channel, is sharing my fragrance journey, reviewing scents that I love, trying new things out, talking about the fragrances in my current collection, and that's what you can expect when you tune into my videos. So one of the releases that has piqued my interest is actually a 3 fragrance release from BTSO, or Born to Stand Out, and they have Nanotopia, Mad Honey, and Happy Nuts, and I was super curious about all of them. All of them. I do have them here. I have all 3 fragrances here. I have tried them out. I ordered these from Lucky Scent, so they came in these little vials, and these vials are super hard to really test the fragrance out. So really this is going to be more of a first impression. I kind of put the fragrance on my skin initially, and then I just let it sit there, and I kept sniffing my hand throughout the day. So I have already smelled them. Some of these I need to smell again to refresh my memory, so I will do that. But this first one, Nanotopia, which I think is such a cute name, is supposed to have rum, nutmeg, and cinnamon at the top, caramel, banana, and bread at the mid, tonka bean, orchinox, and chypriol oil, or nagarmatha, I think that's how you say that, at the base. If something doesn't work out for me, it just doesn't work out for me. I don't like it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But I typically can still, you know, put it on my hands, smell it, spray it, whatever. But this one right here, I don't wanna like put on my skin again. I do not wanna put Nanotopia on my skin again because I simply do not enjoy it. And it's not everything that I don't enjoy. There's one particular note that was so challenging for me. On my skin, it was way too sharp, way too pungent, way too abrasive on my skin, and for that reason I just don't want to put this on my skin again. So I'll try to smell this, but I don't want to get too much of it on me because y'all, I don't enjoy this one at all. Okay, so Nanotopia, it has a lot of beautiful notes. It does have a really beautiful rum note at the top of this. The rum note is a really beautiful rich rum note. You can definitely detect it at the top of this, and then it gets sweet for me, like sticky sweet at the mid. There's a banana note that's supposed to be in here, but honestly I could not detect the banana because of one note in the base of this fragrance. Honestly, this note like takes over the fragrance on my skin. This is such a challenging note. I was like, okay, I'm fine with chypriol oil. I just purchased a fragrance that has that in it. Silky Woods Elixir has a chypriol oil in it, so I was fine there. I love tonka bean. So what is it? Is it this orchinox? And when I smelled the orchinox, it smelled like this strong, it's like this strong, pungent, woody fragrance that maybe was where maybe someone poured. It's a chemical that's very acidic, and you use it to clean, but it has such an unpleasant scent. It's almost as if you poured that acidic chemical onto wood. Okay, that's what it is. Ammonia. Ammonia. It smells like you poured ammonia on top of some woods, and it's just not a pleasant smell. And so when I looked up this this fragrance note Orchinox. It says that Orchinox is a natural and synthetic, popular and weird scent. It's a synthetic form of ambergris. It's amber-like, musky, or animalic woody. It's a powerful molecule that has an indulgent, woody scent with musky and powdery tones. It's supposed to be upcycled, very woody, has a green note with the smell of ambergris tincture. And on its own, this doesn't sound like something that would smell like this. I just think that the combination of the Orchinox with all the other notes is probably what is going wrong here for me. So yeah, I do not enjoy Nanotopia. It's just overpowered by that Orchinox, and I can't even detect the banana note in here. So this one is definitely a no for me. So the next one from BTSO is Happy Nuts. And this one sounded amazing. It's a sweet, woody, almondy, nutty, caramel type of scent. Those are the accords. It has a little bit of green note, tobacco, patchouli, vanilla, and this one sounds really good. So at the top of this, you have pistachio, almond, caramel, honey, and rum. At the mid, you have vanilla, sesame, and davana. And then at the base, there's patchouli, tobacco, guaiac wood, tonka, ambergris, and white musk. I've never really had an issue with ambergris, so I know that it was the synthetic form of it, that Orchinox, that I didn't like in the previous fragrance. But Happy Nuts was really, really nice. Last I recall, I'm going to put some on my skin here so I can refresh my memory of this fragrance. This one, the opening of this one is just what it says. You get a very nutty rum opening. It's a very sweet and nutty and rum infused opening, and I really, really do enjoy that about it. This one will be nice if you want a pistachio fragrance in your collection and you don't already have one, and you're looking for one that's not overly pistachio, not overly nutty. I think this fragrance is nutty, but it's a very subtle nutty. And although it has caramel and honey and vanilla, it's not overly sweet. It's a very good sweet for people who don't like super sweet fragrances, and also for people who don't like a heavy dose of nuts, a heavy nuttiness in the fragrance. The nuttiness and the sweetness never get overwhelming, and I think that's what's different about this fragrance. Other than that, this smells just okay for me. It's not something that is blowing me away. It's not something that's super impressive. It's just a nice, nutty, slightly sweet fragrance. I think you can wear this year round. I think you can wear this in a lot of different settings. It's something that is not super projecting. This could be more of a scent bubble, small scent bubble type of fragrance. It's not in your face like beast mode. It's more of a moderate, projecting to almost like a scent bubble type of fragrance. A little bit of a nuttiness, a little bit of a sweetness. It has vanilla at the mid, so I like that about it because that means it's going to be very vanillic all throughout. Yeah, this one is just okay. It's just okay to me. It's definitely a nice fragrance, but nothing that, you know, I'm gonna write home about. It's just okay. So the next one I have here is Mad Honey. Now Mad Honey, I might be getting this one, y'all. So Mad Honey is very beautiful. Last I recall, and I'm gonna put a little bit of it on, but last I recall, this is a beautiful rose infused honey fragrance. I really, really, really like this. I think that if you are scared of rose like I am, you don't like a heavy rose scent, maybe heavily scented rose fragrances give you a headache, this might be a good one to check out. And the honey is almost like a honey that coats the rose. So you're getting rose, but the rose is almost like dipped in honey. And then there are some resins at the base of this, I think. So the top of this has rum and pink pepper. The mid has May Rose and honey, and the base has bourbon vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, patchouli, and Orchinox. Now, the Orchinox that's at the base of this does not bother me. So like I said, I think the Orchinox combined with those other notes they used in the previous fragrance is what I was not vibing with. I think it's the combination. But in this fragrance, I don't mind it. Now, I would have to test this out some more to make extra sure that the Orchinox doesn't bother me as the day progresses, because like I said, these little vials, it's really hard to get a good sense for the fragrance in these little vials. I also have little decants spray bottles, so I think I'm gonna put this in one of those so I can really get a good spray of it today. Yes, yes, this one is good. It's very, it's rose that is not too much. It's rose done right, in my opinion. It's a beautiful pink rose that is soaking in some honey. There's a brightness to this in the opening that pink pepper greets you, and pink pepper has a very similar undertone to rose, like a pink rose. So you get that pink pepper, but the rum is more in the background. So the rum is there in the opening, but it's not taking center stage. It's a rum that just gives this opening a lot of body and boldness, and I love that. Then that starts to subside, and the actual rose in here starts to come forth, as well as that honey. So the heart notes of this fragrance is where it's at. Man, this is gorgeous. This is a beautiful scent. I love it. I'm gonna wear this tonight. This is gonna be kind of like my bedtime scent tonight. I'm gonna wear it and see, give it a pajama test, give it an overnight test, see how it lasts. I'm gonna put it into one of my little spray bottles, my 5 ml bottles, and see what it's giving. But on my hand today and when I tested it last, I really like this so far. Surprisingly, that Orchinox is not bothering me in this fragrance, but in Nanotopia, I can't do it. I just can't do it in Nanotopia. But in this one, for some reason, I don't even detect that. I detect a little bit of woodiness at the base of this, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, this smells very sexy, very feminine, very grown up, but not something that is too mature for me. It just smells perfect. It smells perfect. It smells like a very classy woman. It's classy. It's like dripping in honey. Those notes are just really beautiful, feminine and sexy notes anyway. So yeah, y'all, this fits my scent profile really nicely. It's a rose that I can have in my collection that is not overwhelming to me. So it's almost a little soapy too. Like there's a little bit of, tiny bit of soapiness I'm detecting in here. So yeah, y'all, that is Mad Honey from Born to Stand Out. Quick update. The Orchinox in this fragrance began to be more prominent after about a couple of hours, and although I'm absolutely in love with the notes in this fragrance, I just couldn't do it, y'all. So unfortunately, this fragrance is a no for me as well, and I guess I'm just not vibing with Orchinox. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do one more and I'll save the rest for another video. I'll be back to sniff some more with you. I don't wanna overwhelm my nose right now. So the next one I have here is one that I was super curious about, and that is Giardini di Toscana Bora Bora. So this one, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh, that reminds me of something I already have. I currently have Lys 41 by Le Labo in my collection, and I was like, oh, this is just like a sweeter, creamier version of Lys 41. Lys 41 is already a very creamy tuberose. It has a creamy tuberose in it. It's very tuberose forward. So when I smelled this, I was like, oh, this is just slightly creamier, slightly sweeter. But no, this is something different. It opens with a creamy tuberose, but to me that dies down and you're left with the sweet notes in here. So I'm putting some of it on, and this I'm gonna put in a spray bottle as well because I really want to experience this. It is such a nice scent. Let me just refresh my memory. Yeah, when I first smell this, I'm just getting Lys 41. It's so similar. And I've had my Lys 41 for several months now, and it's gotten creamier and even sweeter. So this definitely reminds me of Lys 41 after it's macerated for quite some time. So I was getting Lys 41, but after a while, this changed. The white floral in here fell back a little bit, and the sweet notes, the caramel and the coconut milk started to take over. And that really caught me off guard because I was ready to say, I already have this. This is not something I need, but no, this is different. This is different. So this fragrance opens up with tiare flower, ylang ylang, jasmine, and apricot. So it doesn't even have tuberose in it. But to my nose, this fragrance smells like a tuberose fragrance. But it just has tiare flower, ylang ylang, jasmine, and apricot. So that's the opening. Then at the mid, you get coconut milk, white musk, jasmine lactone. It's a very rich and natural floral lactone. Has floral jasmine petal-like character with a delicate fruitiness reminiscent of peach, apricot, and coconut milk. So jasmine lactone is in here. And then at the base of this, get this, you have vanilla, white musk, caramel, and amber. That sounds really good. Sounds so good. So yeah, so although I thought this was very similar to Lease 41, at least in the opening, I think it's very similar to Lease 41 in the opening, it developed into something else. So it took me on a little bit of a journey, not too arduous of a journey, not too lengthy of a journey, just a short little trip, and it became milky and creamy and sweet. And the sweetness reminded me of Bianco Latte. Although this has tiare flower and it has coconut milk, I don't think it's like your typical sunscreeny, beachy summer scent. That's not what this is. This is a very tropical scent that is very refined. You can wear it for different occasions. You can wear it year round. It doesn't only have to be in the summer. As a matter of fact, I think a fragrance like this will probably be best in the spring when there's a little bit of coolness still in the air, because this is very, very sweet. And y'all know in the summer, we want something fresh as well. I don't think this has a lot of freshness. I think it's a very sweet, slightly floral fragrance that dries down to absolutely just sweetness. I get the caramel, I get the vanilla, that milky tone, that beautiful coconut milk in here is gorgeous. I love it. Oh, this one is one that I'm probably going to add to my collection. I almost added Bianco Latte to my collection. I had a sample of it. I was like, yes, I'm getting this fragrance. Then I opted for the lotion, and I was completely fine with the lotion. I was loving the lotion because it gave me the Bianco Latte vibes, but in lotion form. But in all my excitement, I completely forgot to look at the ingredients list, which I'm big on doing. And when I looked at the ingredients list, it had one ingredient that I do not like in my products. I don't want to use that ingredient. I think it's super toxic. So I sold my Bianco Latte lotion. And when I went to go and get the fragrance, it was on back order. And I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till it comes back around and I don't have to wait too long for it. But now I'm seriously thinking that Bora Bora is going to be the better alternative, because Bora Bora gives me a little bit of that floral tone that I love. I'm a white floral type of girl. I love white florals. It has apricot, and then it dries down to something super duper sweet. So I love that the florals are at the top of the fragrance, and then the heart notes is where you get that beautiful coconut milk, and then at the base on the deep dry down of this is where you get the vanilla, the caramel, the amber. Like, how good is that? So I think this is going to be my next pickup, that and Mad Honey. Y'all, those fragrances, yes, yes. This is so good, y'all. This is so good and perfect for me. I feel like Bianco Latte is almost too linear for me, and I really love that Bora Bora has elements of Bianco Latte. So it has that milkiness, it has that jasmine lactone, it has that coconut milk, it has that caramel and that vanilla. So it's reminiscent of Bianco Latte, especially on the dry down, but it has a floral component, and that floral component kind of opens up the fragrance, and then it introduces you to the jasmine lactone and the coconut milk. So I love the little bit of a journey it takes me on, and I just think it's a little bit more interesting and fits me a little bit more than Bianco Lattes. So I think I'll be getting this one. All right, friend, thank you for sniffing fragrances with me today. I had a really great time doing this. If you like these kinds of videos and you want to see me do these videos more, then leave me some feedback in the comment section, and also let me know if you have any thoughts on these new fragrances. Have you tried any of these out? What do you think about them? Leave it in the comments. If you don't have anything to say, just drop an emoji down below so I know you were here. Before I go today, I just want to say that I hope your 2024 has been off to a great start. Keep letting your light shine. I will be over here doing the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.